Not bad, huh? Not too shabby. The most electric hype video. People are saying it's up for an Emmy. I think it's up for an Emmy already. The most electric hype video of all time. Oh man, just the boys got some momentum right now. No,
Yeah, I'm really excited to get that nominee for best voiceover category. Going up against
who knew?
Morgan
Man?
Freeman and some others, but I think I can take it down.
Who knew you had those sweet, sultry tones, those smooth tones? Nobody knew you had them because you've never put them on display for the show before.
Surely there was no back end editing.
Yeah, surely a guy has been trying to pump some pre-recorded videos with voiceovers. Surely we knew those could have done well.
Oh man, that was great.
What can I say?
Yeah, Underdog did a great job with that. That was a really funny.
They did. Yes. Shout out them for putting that together. Yeah, that was how we envisioned it. And shout out Underdog.
Yeah, man, came out great. Shout out to some of the good people in the streets on Underdog last night too. Our very own Fornan taking second place last night. He's always hanging out in the Discord. Ship Chaser. Then yourself, Nez, making a top 10 there. Hey. Showing off a little hoops guy there. Yeah. Love to see it.
Get and me then back Andy in the black for the year.
And then Andy was rounding out, maybe not top 10, but top 15, something like that.
Yeah.
So lots of familiar names finding their way to the top.
We're giving out top 20s? Okay. Put my name in there. What are we doing?
Well, you know.
Come on, we're just handing out top 50, top 70.
Respect our guests, Numi. Come on. We're never going to get anyone back on the show if we don't pump them up a little bit. Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Hey man, we can't have 1 through 10 every night, but we got to hand out some flowers and some props when we can, right? So another good day in the hoop streets for the brigade. I mean, you just love to see that, right?
I'm just seeing the field, man. What can I say? I can't explain it.
Wish my 52% DeLon Wright would have got me a little more, but we move on. Goodness.
Only 10 lineups, by the way, yesterday.
52% from a dude that puts up 39 points in the sixth, and
on a 4-gamer too.
Yeah, and you barely squeak out a profit. You love it.
Mason Plumlee, baby. You can't. He's inevitable.
Goodness great.
He's the guy you need.
The slap.
Yeah, I mean, good segue to tonight because Mason Plumlee running it back again. One of the only 2 teams on a back-to-back Clippers tonight. Yeah, should we just dive right into the sheet?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting this this slate. It's very fun, but definitely like some question marks around the Clippers. I would say, just like in general, just in like in real life basketball. That just you like we thought that we would get Kawhi playing today just because they kind of need it, but he's taking that day off and with PG, like PG's not even. He doesn't even feel like a smash against the Kings.
Right? Yeah, it's
strange. But I mean, it's just like, will he get there?
He's available. He's available in like 16 through 18-ish range right now, and it's like last night when I saw the initial note, I was like, oh man, I should hop in a draft right now and just scoop up some 2nd round PG. And it's like, no, 3rd round PG is like readily available still, and
could
like
be a mistake, but I don't know.
Yeah. And then we don't want to get Numi started on Russ, but Russ is in a great position to fill it up tonight.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Numi, what are the sheets indicating? Am I way off on that?
Paul George tonight. Absolutely all over PG. At that 2-3 turn, I think he's in a smash spot. Granted, we've seen what he's done without Kawhi, and like he sometimes will get there, sometimes will not. You're going back, but I mean, with no Kawhi Leonard in that lineup, like just sign me up for as much PG as possible, especially in that third. Like there's just weird pockets where I feel like it's cheating. And I've been getting some 6th round Jimmy Butler, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get today. I feel like I am too comfortable with everything. So yeah, I say we just dive in.
The classic what could go wrong? Like what could go wrong now? Because I feel so good about every decision I'm making, right?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, and like JJJ sitting there all the time in the 6, like just I need to force myself not to click his name.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's tough. So
why? What about him?
It's just we know what JJJ does. Like he offers that insane ceiling, or it's about he'll get it's just he won't give you what you want. Like it's either boom or bust for him.
Boom or bust, yeah.
And granted, he can put up like what I think he's been putting up an average of 30 or something like that, but from JJJ, you're expecting to get that stock game. He's not at home, so we should put that out there. He is in Denver, so that's a little caveat. But it's just the JJJ narrative. Shout out Chip, like one of his do not playlists that he always plays. So it's just we always know when you have a lot of JJJ, he does nothing. When you have none, he puts up the 60 burger, and that's just kind of the way of the road, brother.
Do we think there's any legitimacy to some of the Q tags at the top of the chart today? You know, we had the Hallie one yesterday. That I did not see that one coming. I'm not gonna lie. Like I
don't think anybody did, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I had a weird inclination that they were going to not like there was a line, like there was people going into the line movement, and I will say we've done the whole line thing before. We've done it with Giannis where it never plays into fruition. Like it's truly hoops. So I had a weird inkling. I kind of backed off. I had 50% Hallie through 50 drafts, and I was like, I told Chad, I'm like, I'm gonna get about 70% of them. Like it's so silly. He has the 3rd highest ceiling for me. I did back off, and it kind of worked, but I had a weird inclination going against like literally the G League Spurs. Like they didn't really need him. Like they thought they could do without him. But yeah, it definitely hurt. It was a little bit surprising as we got later in the day. I was really hoping he could at least like we would have got the news a little like sooner, so I wasn't just loading up on him. But
right, yeah. The model, and the model is just my brain. Is loving me again some getting overweight on Terry Rozier. Am I wrong there?
I agree. I love it. You can go.
There we go.
Crutches
in with a good time, Newbie.
Boy, Crutches, which I do. I just want to shout out for that Discord. Like our Discord's popping. We have regular Deposit Kingdom members like hopping in our channels and slowly. So it's awesome. Shout out Crutches, who's in there nonstop. He took him out of his rankings after like 20-25 drafts because he didn't want to get overweight. And I'm like, brother, those are the guys you want to get overweight to. A guy that has a ceiling for me and for like in my mind, my bro science mind, for RG and Stochastic, 9th and 11th in ceiling, 26 ADP. Those are the dudes you want to be over the field on.
Right.
Because
that's
like
fair.
like that's those. So yeah, right away, you want to go to the sheet. The biggest difference in ceiling when I had it on there is Terry Rozier, followed by Jaren Jackson.
Honestly, I think I nail the sheets #1 separator every time without looking at the sheet.
I mean, it happens. You're just a savant, John. Like it happens. You wake up and you piss excellence. It's just it happens.
I'm straight. Actually, in these contests, I piss pink.
I would hope
every
so.
position.
What's your next favorite spot on the slate?
Yeah.
Oh man. yeah.
Can you name the third one? If you name this third one, the generally like the third.
I was
just
trying to get on pissing colors.
Third, yeah.
The third on the sheet, and like honestly, for me and Chad, it's one of our favorite plays. All like just over and over again. If you can.
No. Hold on.
It's Walker Kessler, but anyway.
Of course.
I probably wouldn't.
Always Walker Kessler.
It's always Walker Kessler.
I probably wouldn't have gotten there. I probably would have said the other side of that game. I probably would have said Jalen Williams before Walker Kessler.
He's a negative for the ceiling differential, but he's like 10th. But it's close. But yeah, no, I like J-Dub as well. Yeah, there's a lot of spots. The 10-game slates, obviously, it's refreshing going from yesterday to where you're drafting absolute poo-poo after round like 3-4 to then today where it's like Jimmy Butler in the 6th. What are we doing? Like, okay. Totally different slate.
Okay, what about Russ? Because I think Russ is I think I would have a ton of 6th round Russ tonight. And I think he would be a guy whose ceiling to ADP combo is wrong right now.
Yeah, his ceiling to 80. So he's not even showing up. Let's see here. 42? Yeah, Russell is 50th in ADP or in ceiling, according to that. Now, it's very, I will say, like it when I do my typical Numi thing, if I were to just go up 4.5 ceiling points, he goes to 30. So
right,
like it's really
so the
close.
difference is so.
And I agree with you. Is like these are plays in which it's kind of like bro sciencing and taking out like I think projection systems may. I mean, right now they're projected for 30 minutes for Russ. If you give him 4 more minutes, that goes up.
Yeah, right.
So it's
he moves up into that 30 tier.
He's definitely someone I think I identify right away as someone that I disagree with a little bit, and I agree with you. I think he should be higher, and I've been mixing him in the 6th round as well.
So, is there any FUD around anyone other than the De'Aaron Fox and Jimmy Buckets Q tags at the top of the board? Is there any potential midday downgrade or anything like that?
Yeah, so I mean, we have the Warriors. Like we have the Warriors. So I'll say that.
Right. Yeah.
We have Steve Kerr and the Warriors. I don't know what's going to happen. He's almost as Doc Rivers' dad. Shout out Chip.
Is the pool party?
We don't
is
give
the pool
him,
party open?
It's a good matchup.
It's a good matchup because it's like like in theory, like the pool party would be open. I would get to him, but like, do we know if Clay's gonna play? He's been playing back-to-backs. Like the thing is, he's gonna play, but like on it, like, it's like the same thing. Like I'm pretty sure, that JJJ foul trouble, but I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr came out and said like he's gonna play back-to-backs. Like we expect Clay to play back-to-backs. Honestly, you could expect that just all of a sudden like, oh, he's gonna get rest for today. So that's the biggest injury report to wait for is the Warriors. They're the only other team besides the Clippers on a back-to-back. We already got Kawhi news. So we're really just waiting on Zubac and Morris.
Okay, so that's really good. That's really good point there. That the midday, what I always call those midday cues, those midday downgrades that aren't actually downgrades because we just haven't had a practice report from the back-to-back teams. That team is the Warriors right now. And then I guess the big one with Zubac would be Mason Plumlee would get a real nice boost there if that comes to fruition. Right. I think I got it. I think I got the little handle on the slate there.
I will say for De'Aaron Fox, he did officially practice in full yesterday, and he's on track to play today, according to reports.
Okay, I like that. And just De'Aaron Fox was out of his mind.
I love De'Aaron Fox. Games. I love his ADP. I think it's very, I like it a lot. He's right at overvalued a little bit, but I mean, move him up 0.3 points, literally 0.3, and he's right at his ADP. Give me some De'Aaron Fox in the highest total game. You know what I mean? Like just sign me up.
Yeah, that's why I led with Trey on the cover last night. I was just kind of bro sciencing, like, well, I like Trey too, but I was just kind of like,
you love Trey.
I love
team total, baby. That's what you did. You said, I know who's gonna have the highest team total. It's the Hawks. Trey Young.
Yeah. That's basically all I did, dude. You're right.
Fair enough.
The one thing I will say about the De'Aaron Fox thing when I was looking this morning is that they are front end of back-to-back. So if they don't think he can go both, maybe they lean to giving him one more night to sit and then he plays tomorrow night. That's the only potential narrative I see to De'Aaron Fox not playing tonight.
Yep, and that's kind of what we have to do. That's a good way to look into it. Is we just kind of have to just assess the slate as a whole, and like that's just the one caveat to the downside of him maybe not playing is that they are on the front end of a back-to-back, and we'll have to see. But 10-game slate, I think it's viable to take him in that third round if you can get him there. So
yeah, I like that too. The other one is the same narrative applies to the Heat. But they're playing the Knicks, man. And you don't think guys like Jimmy Buckets get up for a game against the Knicks? Knicks are coming in hot right now.
Really hot. Really
Real
hot. They're kind of,
I mean,
and they've got like a bit of a feeling to them that like they're not really scared of anybody in the East, and they kind of think they're the best team in the East. And I think that Miami's aware of that, and I can see them playing them real tough. I get like it makes sense why this total is as low as it is. Doesn't mean that Jimmy, you can't get up for this game. Same with Bam and on the flip side, Randall and Brunson as well. I think you can feel comfortable taking like the way that their ADPs are lined up here. I think it makes sense to how they project. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, the Jimmy Butler thing. I'll just say that it's like it's all for the price for me. If he was higher, I would probably have none of them because he's honestly showing up lower in ceiling and just kind of around that. Obviously, the total of the games, everything. For Jimmy Butler, if Spoelstra said when he did not return to the game last game that if it was much closer, like if it was a closer game, he most likely would have came back in. So that has me leaning. I'm doing a mental battle. I hear that. And then also Jimmy Butler, like they've been very, very cautious with Butler just this season. Like they have been. And if you see on there, they're on the front end of a back-to-back as well. So we don't quite know. Like my assumption is he's going to sit one of these games. I just don't know which one. I guess I should check which team they play tomorrow. But we've seen where a guy would play like an easier team, but they wouldn't care and they would make him play the easier team, and then they all of a sudden come out and play like the harder team with all of their scrubs. So it's like I don't really know. Let's see. They play the Hawks. So take that for what it's worth. But basically for the price, and then the last thing I'll say about Jimmy, if he's out, I like the Tyler Hero swap. And
that's where I was
just Hero gets, dare I say, thrust up.
Yeah. I like that too. I mean, the Tyler Hero thing. Actually, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at 2 or 3 multiple different things, but let's throw this one out there that Nick says, I mean, lowest total game on the slate. It could just be a good old fashioned body it up and pick each other up game there.
You want to talk about like disparity in totals when I normally talk about like a game, like normally the lowest total game we're looking at is that Phoenix Chicago. Like, I'll be like, oh, it's still above 220. Like it's still above that. But then you look and it's like, you got New York and Miami at 215.5 with Miami with a 106.5 team total. Like, yikes, gross.
Yeah.
Like that's the other counterpoint to that is just loading up, which is why it's like, I would only want one of the stars kind of like on that. But yeah, when you just look in terms of where points are going to be scored, a 240.5 total to 215.5. Yikes. Like,
exactly.
I'm surprised that the Suns and Bulls total isn't a tad higher.
That was my thought too. I don't know if I'll have to like look into pace. It's probably just because the Bulls are trash. But
the Bulls are so hard to pick the right guy, man. Like the day that we were all on Vooch on Wednesday there, and then it's just like, Zach LaVine's the guy you need. And, DeMar DeRozan consistently falling in these drafts. And you just know one of these days that DeMar DeRozan's going to have that
60
Pascal.
burger.
Yeah, he's going to have that Pascal Siakam game where it was like, hey, now all of a sudden they're flipping an ADP and you always take Vooch first and then boom, right? Yeah, T-Bear, this is a good, it's whack-a-mole with that team, right? Like it's crazy.
I think the answer today for me is to skip them, but sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Let's move in there. No, I got an eye on it's trade deadline day in the NHL, so I was just taking a little peek over here, see what was going on. Took a puck in the stomach last night. I'm leaning like this. I got this fucking huge ass bruise like right across the stomach. And if I wasn't a beefcake right now, I'd take my tarp off and show everybody.
My tarp off.
My man just said tarp like he's like he's part of the MLB grounds crew over here.
Right.
It's the verbiage, dog. That's great. Man. So is it like tough for you to sit up right now? Is it like
it really fucking hurts? Dude, I'm leaning like this.
You have to report these injuries pre-game. We
didn't know John was questionable coming into today. What is this?
He's on a pitch count.
You're worse than hoops.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in a draft here, but it's like there's like those unspoken rules when you get to a certain age and like, yeah, we're playing like good, fast, competitive puck, but like there's certain things you don't do. If a guy's in the lane, you don't take a slap shot, you try and step around, you try and throw some like, passes to areas because everybody's talented enough to do shit like that, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like when you're playing old man basketball. Like you don't close out hard enough to knock the guy on the floor. You don't go over the top on a box
boxing out super, super crazy.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing. And this fucking idiot just in a 5-1 game with no time left on the clock just fires something at my midriff. Like just like right off the top. Like I'm talking upper abdomen, left rib here. And it was just like, like what?
Did it take the wind out from you?
Oh, dude, I was like that, and then I just shot the puck down the ice. I just iced. I was like, it was kind of like at our own blue line. I just iced the shit down. I looked back on the clock. There was literally like a minute and a half left, and I just skated straight to the bench and didn't play shift the rest of the night. I was like, this is insane.
That is awful.
God.
Oh my God, that's a great story though. I love that.
Yeah, man. See, I would. This is the take right now. I'm not a true warrior. I was like, I didn't want to be in that lane. I tried to get out of the lane, and the guy was firing it 3 feet wide of the net.
Oh, hey, shout out Chip with the avatar change, trying to get that little boost, that luck. I love it.
Oh, did he change it? You're down bad when you change the background. I gotta stick with the blue for a bit.
I was
looking like Sam.
Yeah, I was in a dinger with him last night, and he changed it mid-draft. I noticed. So I was like, "Oh, that's some. Those are tactics."
He had a bad run in the dinger. He's like, "All right, hold up. We're gonna get some good picks here." Changes the avatar. All of a sudden, he gets that value. It's as simple as that.
Man.
Right,
this is no. I got it, boys. I got it.
Yeah, please.
He was in a dinger. He was in a dinger last night. He changes to brown halfway through because he's stacking Padres. He's telling the room, "I'm stacking Padres."
Maybe he can tell you how that draft went.
Yeah, I suppose you didn't go to blue. He's stacking.
Who do you guys like here? Who do you guys like? You like AD over Tatum? That's a take for today. I like that.
I will probably have Tatum will be my guy at the top. I have the least of.
God, are you looking for Cam Thomas?
I'm so stupid. I'm literally like my brain's just like broken. I just started like typing things.
Bro, you just typed the word God.
I know.
Cam Thomas.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who were you looking for?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
Did that puck actually hit you in the head?
Okay, someone needs to go back and make that a clip because my bro just typed in God and then just went, "Whoa, what am I doing?" And just
I'm looking for answers, boys. I'm looking for answers.
What's going on today?
I took a stand.
You the flu? What is going on?
Yeah. Oh. I took a stand on the Jason Tatum thing the other day. And that one backfired in a hurry on me, where I was pushing Dame over him over and over again, and then he was the guy you needed. I guess it was Wednesday or Tuesday there when he had the 60 burger.
I think there was no Jaylen Brown though, right? Or Jaylen Brown was
no. Jaylen Brown was back that game, and that's why I was kind of off it. And Jaylen Brown had like a 12 ADP, and he was way down in my.
He had a bad game. Pretty sure Jaylen Brown had a terrible game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, I was just.
Was that like post 71 point game?
-1.8 expected plus minus. Jesus.
I think that was
because
the
he had like
second game
points
after the 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
They won, but 30. Oh, well.
I like Booker's kind of nice, I guess. Randall feels good, but lowest total on the slate. We could push up Markkanen. Fox? Yeah, you think he's going to play? We're that confident that we're going to take him in the second?
It's just, I'm fine. Like in my first draft, I'm not going to go Booker. Now, like, again, next draft, if Booker's there and he's sitting, you're going to tell me to go Booker when we didn't take Booker last time? And it's going to be all this. It's like, brother, we're building different drafts. So, but like the first one we're doing.
No Booker? Why no Booker in first draft there? Why not?
For me, he's just so far down the list and ceiling. KD cannibalizes what I think comes there. Like KD's going to continue to get mixed in. Booker, yes, had a fantastic game. absolutely did. But it's like at that ADP, he needs to have a Booker game while KD, Aiton, and Paul basically do absolutely nothing to pay off that. In my opinion, to pay off that ADP.
I like the Paul George here. Yeah, yep. I think for me that kind of looks like a little bit of a tier break, I guess. Just visually, I know Brunson had a really nice game last time out. I think he had 28 in the first half.
Yeah, he might be back, but it's against Miami. And my whole thing with when I was talking about Paul George earlier is that he just kind of feels like a trap to me. Like I'm tired of getting tricked by Paul George, and this is and he doesn't even get to like 40 tonight. That would just be like quintessential. But like no Kawhi versus the Kings is like it doesn't really get much better than that.
That's a great point. Yeah, especially if we don't get Zubac as well.
Yeah, like
right.
It should be wheels up unless they're just gonna like wave the white flag, which they might, because it was an absolute like shit show last night. They were up 11 at halftime, and then they lost by like 25. It was crazy.
We just need him to shoot the ball. I mean, the games that he just has struggled, he's literally shot the ball like 13, 14, 15 times. Just shoot the ball 20 plus times, Paul. Like, you're the best player on that team. Just huck it up and do you. We just need him to get in the lane. We just need him to be the Paul George that he is and get in the lane, be a little more defensive. You take Kawhi out of there, he gets the stock in my mind, like the bro science, like he has the ability to get more stocks. Cause I mean, they're both just defensive freaks that can, they're both like the best two-way players on one team. Hands down, they are together. So like you take Kawhi out of there, I guess you're putting Russ, who's just a maniac out there. But my thought is like Paul can get in the lanes a little bit more, maybe get those steals.
I'm thinking here that we need the Space Jam ball switch of skills of Russ's shoot every fucking time down the floor mentality and Paul George's skills to flip flop. Right?
I like that. That's a great. So you can do Vooch, who I think is nice here. Because the reason why I'll do Vooch over these guys is I can get Jimmy and Terry in my other drafts to fall. Now I'm saying this.
Why do you want? I don't get why you want Vooch. That he does not feel great to me today, especially when we have like Terry Rozier here. We have. I'm just a little.
He's right at ADP, right at his ADP for rank. He's in fact actually ranked 19th versus his 20th ADP. I've gotten Terry and Jimmy and all these boys later on, so my thought is you secure another guy in there that can. I mean, yes, like. It's a struggle because it's like, do you try and push it and get this guy in there that may not put up the ceiling that these other guys did? But I mean, Vooch is right there with these guys in terms
of because he's
projection.
got like the second lowest total on the slate. Little voice crack for you. And it's just like
totally.
It just doesn't make sense.
And it's whack.
My argument's invalid. I just squeaked. It's invalid. Whatever I say, it doesn't matter.
Are we going to the pool party? Are we taking the Butler Q tag in the lowest total game on the slate? Or are we going for the stocks?
Do Butler Q or Jimmy or Jordan Poole? If you want to take the Butler Q now, I don't think he'll fall at all. This is what I would do.
Who would you like?
I'm trying to go swimming.
Don't tempt me with an opportunity to take my tarp off, boys, because we are putting on our water wings. We are putting on our sunblock. We are getting the pool noodles, baby. We are jumping in. We're going to have one of those cute little flamingo floaties that all the Instagram chicks are all about. And we are going to be lying on that thing in the middle of the pool tonight.
I'm yelling cannonball. I'm jumping in. I'm ruining everybody's nice, quaint time, asking how big that splash was.
Oh man, I don't think the pool party has ever come to fruition, but it's tonight's the night.
Tonight feels like a good night. Like, could you? I think if anybody's destined for a late slate Q tag, it's Clay coming off back-to-back. Like, let Jordan Poole just the greenest light we've ever seen against a Pelicans team. Why not?
Jordan Poole's never met a shot that he doesn't like. That's
what I'm saying.
Man, I actually love watching Jordan Poole.
That's funny. B-Breck literally comes in. He goes, I watched 10 minutes of basketball for the first time this season, and I can just tell Jordan Poole is just like
the most obvious that he's offensive cancer. It's so obvious, but he's awesome.
Hey, this is absolutely hilarious. But shout out my boy Brad, doing the Lord's work.
Whatever.
Not a game that they've won with Boy Russell on that team.
You sound like Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
No, I sound like a guy that knows
that
guys that
elsewhere.
aren't good at winning basketball games, and that is Russell Westbrook.
Again,
not good at helping your team win. Very, very good at stat padding.
Yeah, that's what I'm about. Okay, we could do McCollum feels fun. JJJ feels fun. Westbrook, I'm about Westbrook.
Not with PG, unfortunately.
That's true. Yeah. Chris
JJJ.
Paul's price really suppressed. Yeah.
Like, if you want a deep name, Markelle Fultz against the Hornets, why not?
That's a fun name. I think we'll take JJJ here. First draft of the day. Numi seems to be all about him. Tells me that his ceiling is good late. So I'm trusting the process in this draft. But I think if we rip another one, that a good UW boy and Markelle Fultz might be the guy we need.
Okay.
No, I like rotating these Magic play. I mean, I thought you were gonna say something. I like rotating. I like rotating in against the Hornets. I don't know. I like betting against the Hornets. I'll cycle in Markelle Fultz. I'll cycle in Banchero. I think even like Wendell Carter Jr. Why not?
Didn't someone say something in the chat earlier about Nez and his Banchero takes?
Yeah, I was in there this morning because I told them I was seeing the field.
Oh,
and they're
were
like,
you?
well, what? Yeah, and they're like, what's the word? And I said it's Banchero night. And then they all, now they all said I'm lucid.
Yeah. Honestly, Winnie, I appreciate the support, man. This is malpractice to have me at the helm.
Like John would ever give us a chance to run the show. Oh my gosh. Over John's dead body.
Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed to Pete's new newsletter, P.O. Box, very clever play on words for Pete Overzet. He's giving away a football. It's your last chance to get in there. He's giving away a football signed by the Watt brothers. But here on the Badge Bros, we give away pictures of fifth string quarterback Trayvon Boykin, TCU legend. So if anybody wants to like and subscribe and be entered for this beautiful thing, maybe I'll consider parting with it.
We're gonna lose subs for that. I don't want that.
My cat just heard that and literally just threw up.
Yeah, that's that's a name that I did not know. But wow, man. that's gonna be the draw of all draws.
Actually, we're gonna do some draws next week. I got some Underdog swag that I've been intending to give away and then waiting for the big drop. So we'll do that early next week. I mean, we're going ham with this stuff now. We got shorts coming out. We got shorts for days here. We got shorts from the new channels that I'm gonna be posting later. Shout out our boy Nikolai, taking care of us there. Like, love
content's pumping. We're getting after it.
Yeah, the people are saying we're moving on up. Trey, cover boy.
Yeah, so Trey, and then the honestly one of the biggest debating points on the slate is Kevin Durant. And if he gets more minutes than he does, I'm gonna work Kevin Durant in a little bit so I don't have zero exposure. I'm not telling you to take him. I'm just telling you guys and everyone my process. I don't want to have zero Kevin Durant, but I don't want to have all of it. It's a weird. It's like I don't know what minutes he's gonna get, and at a 1.7 minute fantasy point producer, if he gets 30 plus.
Right. So real quick. I like Anthony Edwards today a lot.
Ooh. You homer. Jesus, clicking another Minnesota guy. Come on.
I really think. I mean, Sabonis in this game feels great as well.
We're not doing Ant. Yeah, we can do Ant or Sabonis here. My homer would tell me to do Ant. They're very close in ceiling, so it's whatever you want. But
they're the two highest total games on the slate, and we're dealing with no Kawhi obviously in that Ant situation. So D'Angelo Russell revenge game, that would have been kind of fun. No.
Wait, that doesn't no Kawhi in the Ant situation?
Oh shit! Yeah. Never mind. It's the other LA team. I'm an idiot.
No, you're good.
No,
I was
LeBron,
so confused.
No LeBron, of course.
You're dealing with nobody on the Lakers, and then that's the thing that
the name I was going for. No more Pat Bev.
Oh,
No more
the Pat Bev
Bev.
revenge game against the T-Wolves would have been electric.
No, but that's good defense on the other end of the court that's been taken off the floor.
Yeah.
he's
No,
annoying. I don't
it
know if he's
is.
good. He's just annoying.
Alan asking if today is a scroll the F down kind of day on a 10 game slate. Absolutely. You guys feeling that?
Oh yeah. Today's definitely scroll the F down. That's why I'm getting Markelle Fultz, Banchero. I'm the number one Magic stan, to be honest.
Okay.
That's why Nez
I like it.
That's why Nez is setting that min cash in stone.
Yeah.
See.
Hey, new me. If you were ever gonna detach yourself from the spreadsheet and live a little, and you hypothetically were gonna scroll the F down, whom might be a crazy name that is kind of buried right now that you'd be going down for?
He hasn't thought that far yet.
Yeah, he was like, I got my
Dennis
40.
Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, just in terms of usage, like they kind of got no one else to run through.
Yeah, you want a guy? I literally just picked a dude with a 36 ADP. I didn't even look into it.
I mean, you don't have to think too hard about a 10 game scroll the F down. You know.
Yeah, Kelly
Dennis Schroeder in a full court press feels great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I've been taking Bam too because I think if there's no Jimmy, like that definitely boosts up Bam, and I don't want to have zero Bam.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bam is
no,
like right at
the no Jimmy hedge is good. It's a pretty tough matchup now with some big boys in the paint with Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and with Randall as like a help side defender. And lowest total game on the slate, but Bam can still go Bam at any given moment. Do we like Aiden with the next one? The modern day Greg Oden old face.
I like DeJounte. We have Trey. Oh crap.
We got Trey. Yeah, that's kind of why I went away from it. We can put them together.
It's the highest total game. Yeah, it's the highest total game. Highest team total. Yeah. I know. Shout out John Boy Beats in the Discord has put some awesome charts about the two top guys on their team, kind of how they cannibalize each other. Basically the odds of them both hitting type deal. I haven't looked into that. I don't know if they really do cannibalize. I know people will actively not want to have them on the same team. It seems like this is something that like I would be fine with having because people are deterred from having it so much. Basically, they see Trey. They're like, I can't have DeJounte. I'm fine with it, especially with the highest team total and second highest game total on the slate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a good take. Your locks flowing out the side of my helmet. Ooh, baby, I'd be going fast. I'd be scoring absolute genos. Yeah, Schroeder feeds AD. That's a good takeaway. I mean, I'd actually be very curious, Numi, if you have a usage rate stat for me on Schroeder without LeBron.
I can get it. Yeah, just gotta give me a little bit of a second here, and I will for sure get that going up there.
I'll filibuster for you. The thing that I was thinking when I was watching that game the other night, I watched a little bit of it, and I was just like, man, the dude just has a ball in his hands all the damn time, right? Like he was in entire control.
And they took away Russ and T-Bev, like the two other, like the two main guys, like coming for his minutes, and that ate into his minutes. So,
and then D'Angelo Russell's still out. So
yes, correct. That's I was gonna go into that, which kind of sucks. I wish D'Lo was playing against us tonight.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Yeah, so with those guys off, Dennis Schroeder.
Man, Gobert is just always like there.
I gotta take Russ off the court. Goodness gracious, I forgot he was
a Laker. Yeah.
But basically, Dennis Schroeder gets a. Trying to bump that up. Oh yeah, 5.5% usage bump, 0.17 fantasy point per minute bump. That's with Russ on the court. Trying to get Russ off here as he's
team scroll the F down, boys. Team scroll the F down right now. You guys want me to click? Everybody wants me to click Klay Thompson and JJJ here. Nope. Russell Westbrook is going to fill it up tonight. Dennis Schroeder is going to feed AD. There you go. There's your scroll the F down. Live a little. Practice what I preach right there. I'm not coming out here. This is my hard-earned money. I'm not getting any underdog giving me money to play on their site bullshit. This is my hard-earned dollars, and I'm showing you where I'm putting them. I'm not trying to shrill anybody. I'm not trying to pump my bags out here. I'm not trying to get you to join drafts. I'm taking your guys' money. I'm taking money from the site, because I'm winning with this lineup right here.
That was inspiring. I thought I was ready to hear some like presidential like marching music after in the background. That was wow. I'm ready to run through a wall.
Oh man,
I already ran through the wall. I don't know about you, but like I got some cleaning up to do after this. Like I just made a hole in my little apartment here. Tough.
That does feel like a good team. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean it feels unique. I mean, it feels unique to be the guys that are gonna pair, the guys that are going to pair the two Atlanta players together, and then add on Schroeder and Russell Westbrook. I mean, that does feel okay.
It's definitely rare. I don't think you got to worry about dupes. Oh my gosh, we got the whole entire freaking.
Winnie asking how to sustain a bankroll on here, like outside of we've talked a lot about this a little bit. Well, I mean, a lot about this a while ago is what I meant, not a little bit. But we haven't really touched on it recently. I think a lot of it has to do with style of play. But I would say if you're getting on the platform and you're trying to build something sustainable, these large GPPs probably aren't that, right? Like these large GPPs, you lose a lot, and then when you win a lot, right? Like it's the nature of playing these GPPs. If you play those cash game style contests in the lobby, your 3-mans on a nightly basis, and you just have like a little bit of an edge over your opponents in the 3-mans, the 6-mans, the 4-mans, that is kind of your bankroll builder. That is your cash game equivalent on Underdog. And I mean, if you're listening to us and then hop in those lobbies, you're miles ahead of the crowd. If you're listening to us and you have projections, you're even further ahead of the crowd in those contests. So I would kind of, you can allot yourself what I feel comfortable with on what did I do here? I'm losing my mind. Active. We're on the clock. Oh no.
Dame.
Oh no, not a Dame auto pick. No.
Oh no.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
Dame
no.
time. It's Dame time.
I tripped and fell and selected the nut of the slate. Dang it.
Oh no, Dame at 4. Oh no.
He slipped and fell into the nut of the slate.
Yeah, anyways, just to reiterate the point, allot yourself kind of like what you feel comfortable with on a nightly basis of losing, 5 entries. I lose 5 entries in these big style contests. It's not going to affect my life. It's not going to whatever. But then back it up by playing, 10 entries in the other ones, right?
Yeah.
In the little cash games. And then, you can kind of go with your safe projectable route in those ones. And then in the GPV, get weird, man. Scroll down, score some unique points, go crazy with it. I think this is a time where I don't mind taking KD. A little bit of a two pick discount, and you kind of shoot the ceiling versus what's behind. You could tell me Fox. Who do you guys like?
KD.
Let's take KD.
Okay.
Projections will tell you no. Projections will tell you way off base, but like this is my bro science take going against projections, and it's like
they're always like one game behind with the injured guys.
And that's the thing. That's what I wanted to say is they gave him more minutes than I expected last game.
Yeah.
And he could just be ramped up and give it. I talked with Chad. I could see him getting 30. And if it's a close game, oh, you really think they're going to be like, he's at 30. We have to take him out. We have to take him out. He can't be getting like.
And doesn't KD kind of feel like a guy that can get there on 28 minutes against like the Chicago Bulls?
That's the thing. That's what I wanted to bring up. In just looking in terms of his ceiling versus minutes, he's at 1.7 fantasy points per minute. That's not even bringing in like his actual like usage or anything like that. Like that's just looking at the slate like that. So if you just bump up and give him 30, he just shoots up the board.
60
and
points.
Yeah, I mean,
right. Yeah.
And like you said,
50,
if anyone can put up a ceiling performance that makes us go, wow, he buried me at that price, it's KD. You know what I mean? It's
that's
the
fair.
best offensive player in the world.
Do we like Brunson here? Do we like Jaylen Brown? We could do the Bam narrative again, though I don't love that narrative. We could push up DeJounte in the. You'll take Jaylen Brown here, Numi?
I usually do.
This is the resident hoops guy here, so we're taking Jay Brown.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking to 9th place runner-up behind the runner-up behind the runner-up behind the runner-up behind the last night.
One more time? Didn't hear that. Didn't hear quite what you were saying.
This feels like a discount for Jaylen Brown on a given slate. That is why I think his ADP is normally higher than that in a spot like this. And is how I feel about it.
Tatum, like I am, I would like to have exposure to a little Brown, is how my brain works. At this discount,
makes sense.
So.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also what we've talked about in the past with Jaylen Brown, how he is DeMar DeRozan-esque in terms of we never are going to love him at his ADP, but if we want him, we have to take him at his ADP at some frequency in our portfolio.
Exactly.
Correct. Yep. There's always going to be the guys on the slate that you got to go. Got to do that too. And I think just building a portfolio balance of that is perfect.
I like it. Hey, Nick, sharp player pushing up Jamal Murray there. That's interesting. Just I'm gonna put that one in the bank there, boys.
Speaking of pushing up, I kind of like Walker Kessler.
Okay, you guys talked about him off the top.
Yeah, I mean, it just if there's any spot where he can put up 50, it feels like this is it. His box scores aren't like overly impressive, but he's a guy that it really doesn't take like a whole lot for him to get over, like to hit like that ceiling. In a spot like this, it just feels really good. Okay.
Yep. I mean,
fantasy point per minute monster.
But this also has like the markings of Kelly Olynyk steal the show, split the slate type.
Please do not even bring up Kelly.
Many are saying he has the potential to split it wide open.
That's what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. In
Honestly,
the back of my mind.
I wonder how many regular viewers we've gained since that's
the
not even,
show.
That it's not even a thing anymore.
I hope enough. I hope enough. You don't even know what that means.
Yeah, one of our very first NBA shows was with Spags, no?
Yeah, one of our first.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to come on and clown you. I was looking last night. We've done like 140 or something shows already. It's kind of crazy. Crap. It's kind of mind-blowing, right? It's like
140? Jesus.
It's like something like that. I was really hoping Rozier would come back to us there. But I was going to say that we'd done like 100 and something, and I lost my train of thought off the top there on the intro. But we'd done like 140-ish shows, and I had never heard those sweet, savory tones which you displayed in the promo clip, in the promo sizzler reel, as it's been told to me that it's called. My bags are packed, boys. I mean, if you're just gonna keep giving me 5th round I'm in Vegas. I'm going to Liquid, you know. We got Tiesto in the background on the turntables. I'm waist up in that pool. I got my Bud Heavy in one hand. I'm dancing like this in the other hand.
Like the video that you showed us?
Yeah, there's girls everywhere, you know. That's the kind of fucking pool party we're going to tonight. That's where we're going. We're going to Marquee tonight. Marquee pool party. Tiesto in the background. That kind of
party. I don't know that I'm allowed to go. I don't think I can make that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pitbull's not there. Nez isn't there.
Yeah,
I'll buy tickets to the live stream.
Drew, we're gonna run this back for sure. But that was one of the OG ones. Like, if you guys actually haven't watched there's some really good evergreen content of ours that we probably have to go back and clip together. It's really time consuming for someone who doesn't get paid to do this.
For an hour show times 140, like I've got
that's what I was listening to us on like 1.75, like trying to like get clips, and I was just and I got through 12 shows, and I'm like, I'm gonna burst. I can't do this anymore.
All right, what do we do?
We could scroll down for Kelly Oubre and get weird.
No. Snipe, Chip, Jalen Williams.
You want Jalen Williams? Oh, I thought you were gonna go with JJJ again.
No, snipe, chip, snipe, chip, snipe, chip.
All right.
Is that what he
We'll
wants?
do it. We'll
That's
do it
his
for the
boy.
bit.
He's taking him nonstop only because he is carrying his like best ball team. So he's just taking him in dailies. He's literally hedging it.
That's
He's
sick.
doing the anti-Nez
Pool
hedge where he's just doubling down rather than hedging.
That's what it's all about. I love that.
What could go wrong? Pool and Walker Kessler. Oh, Alan, just a guy heading down to Vegas for St. Patty's Day. That'll be fun.
Oh, wow.
Be awesome.
Never been to Vegas.
I'm sure it's a good time for St. Patty's Day.
What the fuck movie?
I don't know.
No, it's
we don't got that clip.
Yeah, if you're in the Discord nonstop like us, he puts this gif of the little bird doing that, and it's just like that's my favorite gif ever. He's like, oh, I can delete this if it's not good. I'm like, no, please continue to post it. Like, this is gold.
I've never seen that before. Puck slate's gonna be weird tonight with some trades and stuff going down here, and the trade deadline ends at 1 p.m. Eastern, I believe, which would be 7 minutes from now.
Oh,
correct?
Wow.
Maybe it's 3 p.m. Maybe it's 3 p.m.
Don't ask me.
But but trades keep rolling in. Trades keep rolling in after. So if you are playing the puck slate, just be mindful. And I mean, the puck sickos are the puck sickos for a reason, and they're probably well ahead of that. But what do we say? We play the hits and we chase Karain here. We're trying to get a little piece of that. We're trying to get a little piece of that 2 million here.
Yep.
Let's get in here. Oh wow, that was
holy smokes. I hope they just jumped in one on.
Oh wow, we got no badges at all. Let's go,
dude. This is gonna be an overflow draft from. I was gonna say because I know Pete said they were gonna do on Splash Play. They were gonna do a draft, right?
Yeah, they finished up like a couple minutes ago, I think.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yeah.
So I was kind of hoping that we would accidentally.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, one time we should do that.
Just like sabotage their stream.
Yeah, that was my second answer. I said 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. Come on, don't call me a boomer.
That's very insensitive.
1/10 of Karain.
What we're going for.
Yeah, damn straight. I think a big talking point. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Hope Bishop's streams, go check her out. She does a lot of good football stuff. Right now, we'll have her on at some point. Turn this into the Badge Brodettes for a minute. And then.
Yeah, definitely check her out if you are drafting these big boards. Lot of good insight on players' spots right now, and really got my gears turning and like help me figure out this big board a little bit more because I've been slowly chipping away at some slows here, but a lot of things that I wasn't considering while drafting.
Yeah. A big one that has been a big talking point that we talked about in the rookies and sophomore a little bit was pushing up quarterback in the rookies and sophomore because it was so thin and kind of that bully quarterback. And then she reiterated something very similar to that, which was pretty cool. And then also in these contests where this draft window is going to close before ADP catches up. So if you want exposure to elite quarterbacks, like the upper echelon tier, like I led with Josh Allen on the cover for this reason, you have to take them at ADP. Does it feel gross? Yes. Do I think we should be taking quarterbacks in the middle of the second round? No, probably not. But when they've put up back-to-back 400-point seasons and stuff like this, like that's the nature of where we're at in this league and in this industry right now. And if you need it, if you want exposure to them, you have to take them there, right?
Just the top three for sure.
Yeah, let's do Stephon Diggs because we have done the Taylor, Bijan, Robinson experiment and stuff on stream before, and we haven't done our traditional let's take a wide receiver in the first round and figure it out yet.
Yeah, we can do our best ship chasing impersonation unless we get Bijan coming back. Then I might have to pound the table a little bit. But
okay.
But yeah, no, I think you're right on where these QBs are. But I'm of the belief that these guys are going to fall just a little bit more. just at least the elites will fall a little bit more. And I just think everybody as a whole will kind of like will slowly like chill out just a little bit. I think it's warranted that the elite quarterbacks go where they go, just because like we've seen like in the regular season, it was so crucial. It was almost like the difference maker for a lot of pods. So I think that the high price is warranted. I just don't know if it's this high is correct.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm about that. Be interesting to see what comes to us here. This will be a decision point if the two top names at the top of the board fall to us here.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
I mean,
debate.
So I set this up because Allen was on the cover. I knew where their ADPs were. I was like, we're gonna go early quarterback and see what it looks like, and we're gonna get that stack with the two Buffalo guys.
Bijan.
But like Bijan here feels so good.
He's been falling to like the 20th spot, and I don't think it's correct. But
did we just do Allen for the bit?
Yeah, just to get the stack. We drafted Bijan already. It's your
We've
money.
done him every draft. We draft him every draft, and I wanted to set up what a team like this would look like. Numi, you gotta get on board with the content, dude. We don't even know where his landing spot is.
His ADP is falling, but I'm still like taking him. He's just too much fun to not take. But we can
agree.
Make up for it.
Don't do what we just did there.
There it goes.
17. Yeah. Give the synopsis of what you would have done differently, please. Please let everyone know what you would have done differently with that pick that you just made.
I just gave you the entire narrative of why we made. I know, that
but
pick
after we choose someone, and then we get the floor and we pick them with 5 seconds left on the clock, John Boyd comes in and says, "I'm going to tell you what. I would have done something totally different with that pick, and here's why."
True. Yeah, it's true. But I'm doing this is two levels. This is two levels for the people, Numi. Get on board here. This is two levels for the people.
And
now the people get to see what
egregious.
It's not that egregious. And now the people get to see what the whole thesis of the show and this draft was, which is literally the content. And B, they get to know what I would have actually done if I was sitting naked on my can drafting this team like I normally am. Okay?
Maybe they don't want to see what you're doing and just sit naked on the can.
Exactly.
They want to see you build winners.
That's when I would be building winners. You just your point was you didn't follow the thesis.
You don't have to entertain it.
Oh God,
brother, I entertained it. But if this
sometimes we forget this young man.
I know.
Sometimes we forget how young this man is.
What is Breece Hall's ADP, by the way? Is it that high? I think it should be. If he just got picked at pick 24, but
Breece Hall's ADP is 25.
Okay, yeah, that seems like a bit of a value.
Which kind of puts a crazy perspective for us on that rookies and sophomore draft that we did, where we got Bijan and Breece Hall in the same draft.
Yeah, I think when it comes to some of these wideouts, we just like what we just saw Breece Hall do.
Mm-hmm.
His ceiling is pretty crazy. I mean, he was a monster out there, and he's going to get a QB upgrade. Which I mean, when that should benefit him.
It feels so weird to have a purple in the second round right now.
I know.
Just looking at the board and like you think about like some of the names that are behind and stuff. But
I think we're going to see that even through BBM4. I really do. I think that at some point they're going to be either second or third, because like the Josh Allen QBs could be like the Stephon Diggs pickers could be like, oh well, I'll wait till the next one, to the next round.
Right. I mean, Nez's boy is Jacobs. I'm kind of not really about it. I'd prefer one of the 4 wide receivers here. DeAndre Hopkins moving to Baltimore. That seems fun.
He's almost certainly getting traded, right?
I think so.
Him or Cooper.
Yeah, let's
say Amari Cooper's another one of my boys as well. I'm a sympathizer.
The fact that Amari Cooper is still 21 years old. So I mean, there's so much room for growth here.
Yeah, he's just a young man. He's only 20. He's been 21 for what, 6 years now? I mean, let's get it.
I think it's 6.
People do forget how old Amari Cooper is. He's not. I feel like he's not as old as people think.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, the Tony Pollard one is really interesting. Like with the injury looming, with the Bijan smoke to Dallas, and then because you could twist my arm either way. Zeke could get cut. Zeke could get restructured. Tony Pollard could be too hurt to be ready for camp. There's so many narratives with that, and I think his price tag's a little rich for me right now.
I think it makes sense.
Okay.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't have any medical studies to back this up, but but like broken bones versus like a torn ligament, like torn ligaments would, to me, just is like not quite as scary for like re-injury risk. I think he's going to come back and be like the man. He was the man last year. He was like, he dominated last year. No matter where he ends up, I think he makes sense there. Personally,
I kind of like clicking Hopkins here. I know I've made my cases for Mike Williams and Calvin Ridley on the stream.
I mean, if you're going to take Hopkins last pick, it would be a foolish thing not to take him this pick.
Yeah. I mean,
not wrong. Not wrong.
Thank you.
The thing we need him to get traded, and it does feel like he is going to get traded because
I prefer he stays in that facility. In the nice little like lockout facility, like just a fallout shelter type locker room. That's where the vibes are the highest, and I think he'll get the most done there.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the NFL Players Association did a survey on like the different facilities for different teams, and the Cardinals were like overwhelmingly terrible facilities.
We didn't get lower than an A-.
It was pretty
Vikings,
funny.
we finally won something, baby.
Top 3.
Super Bowl
honestly
down. Super Bowl down.
The dressing room I was in last night for Puck is bigger and better than the Cardinals one that was in that picture. Like for fucking beer league Puck.
In the barn? In the barn?
Yeah, in the barn.
Oh.
It was the 4th round, GA. The 4th round.
He's 30. Come on, give me a break.
GA, say something good or say something nice. Challenge 2023.
Yeah. This is an interesting one for me that Drew brings up. Is like if Zeke actually gets the boot. I agree. Obviously, Pollard's a smash if he gets the boot. But Ness will be the first one to tell you that, like, in Texas, like in Dallas, like the mindset is completely different. There would be crazy uproar if Zeke was a cut candidate. I think they could,
especially because he didn't look bad last year.
Right. Like, I think they could potentially restructure and he could look like a hero and be like, hey, look at Zeke cutting some money, team-friendly deal. He's a man of the people. He's a man of this community. He wants to be in Dallas forever. But flat out cutting him would be like a PR nightmare.
It would be like, and Jerry's not gonna. I don't. Is there rumors that like he might? Because I don't think there's.
I think there's rumors in like the sharp football community, not in like the Dallas area adjacent to the team. Yeah.
Do people not know who Jerry Jones is? Like that dude has so much pride. He is not cutting Zeke. He can maybe. Do people convert like cap space to bonus money? Like it's just like magic. Like, I don't know why they don't like do something like that. You know?
Yeah, the salary cap is a figment of our imagination. I mean, they'll literally just be like, oh, we're going to convert this to that. And all of a sudden now we've created 11 million in cap space. It's like,
Speaking of cut candidates, I think Dalvin might get cut.
You think? I don't know.
Yeah. Who do you guys like in this range?
I like Gibbs. I'm on the Gibbs train.
You're on the shoot the moon with the give me the shiny toy I've never seen before.
Yeah, no, he's Alabama running back.
Yeah. Something about 5th round Dalvin feels really nice though. Same with Aaron Jones a little bit, but Aaron Jones in the same way that like they have to restructure his deal. I think they might have actually, or there was rumors. I think there's a rumor that they already did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happened.
They gave him all that money previously when they were supposed to try to pay Rodgers, and they paid Aaron Jones
to reduce the salary for 2023. Yep.
There you go.
And
this is how I feel like No Bosox says like Jerry Jones would fire his son before he cuts Zeke. Like that. I mean,
he probably adopted Zeke. Like,
yeah, they do, man. They do. and they like running the football. And Zeke scored a lot of touchdowns last year, and that means something to them.
Pretty sure the higher chance Zeke gets extended than cut.
That's good.
I love that.
Restructure with another year.
Yeah, I love that.
No, it's like it's a 3-year extension or something like that for Zeke. That's what they're going to give him.
Good question from Alan asking, would we have taken Zeke instead of Gibbs if he was there? And I don't know that I would have. And we're up.
Yeah, I'm scrolling the F down to see. I think Dallas Goedert might be the end of like a pretty significant tier break at tight end.
Aaron Jones in the 6 just seems like a steal, but I mean that's
true. I mean this ADP is so broken if Aaron Rodgers goes back to Green Bay, right?
It feels pretty broken regardless.
I was gonna say, yeah, regardless of if I mean obviously it's a better environment if like for fantasy if he goes back, you would think, but regardless, I just feel like that's an ADP that's gonna move up. That's just what I think. Like,
yeah, we do have a little bit of correcting to come to fruition, and once BBM4 gets here, you will see a bit of a rise in the running backs. But for now, it's just a bunch of like sickos drafting, so it's a whole bunch of piss and yellow.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Nez. I think we kind of lose sight of that and forget too that like in our monkey brains, we will start drafting like this early. We will come up with these theses, these ideas. And then because of the way the content and the news cycle goes, we'll kind of like talk ourselves off of things we were wrong in the window.
Yeah, you get fatigue.
And we get moved to there. Yeah, based on fatigue. But in actual fact, we're doing ourselves a disservice just because we're tired of like drafting the same shit over and over again. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah. It'd be very interesting to see how like the future of basketball plays into specifically NFL basketball now that it become a year-round drafting game, right? Like it's definitively a year-round drafting and news cycle game now, that it'd be very interesting to see how like content pushes things or content shifts things or how people's mindsets change from window of time to window of time. Like it'll be, yeah,
we're kind of starved for news, so I just think it'll be it's a lot of overcorrection or not overreaction rather. I think he actually might be. Stetson Bennett is old as hell.
He's older than Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson's already won. It's kind of like the O'Neal Cruz narrative. He's older than Juan Soto, and Juan Soto already has a World Series ring and an MVP. And Stetson Bennett is older than both Joe Burrow, who has gone to the Super Bowl twice, and is older than Lamar Jackson, who has an MVP under his belt too. So just if we're drawing parallels, between two sports,
Stetson Bennett ever again.
Just if we're gonna cross the sports here,
that hurt my feelings.
Oh shit, man! Rashad Bateman, Cortland Sutton. I heard some nice things about Jacoby Myers getting a good contract somewhere.
Oh yeah, he's like the best free agent wideout.
Yeah, that's wild. I think I want either Bateman or Sutton. Do you guys have a lean?
Maybe Sutton. And the only reason I say that is because like I don't know that Lamar going back there is a slam dunk. And if Lamar isn't back there, who is? And I kind of worry about that for
Derek Carr. I'm just kidding.
Oh, maybe. I think Derek Carr and the Colts makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Colts, like, isn't he like on the radar for the Jets, the Colts, someone else?
Yeah,
like
both make sense.
The Jets. I don't know. That's what I saw. Like, I'm totally tapped out of like the into know right now. It's baseball, golf, and b-ball. Right. That's my brain.
What about Tampa Bay? Like Tampa Bay feels like, you know, they could blow it up, or Tampa Bay could be like, hey, we're going to go one more kick at the can. All we need is a little competent quarterback play. We underperformed last year.
Yeah, they already got a locker for Winston, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. That'd be fun as hell.
I really hope so.
I really hope so.
Yeah, because they keep I almost said joking. They keep joking around, basically, that Kyle Trask is the guy. I'm like, shut up. Like, you don't have to say that. You don't have to. Yeah,
you don't have to speak it into existence. You can just kind of like, push it to the side. Like, we know.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. He'll definitely, like, we don't have to do this.
Okay, I think this is a very interesting pick for us. We could go redacted and only take 2 quarterbacks and pair them with Cooper. We could take the gamble
that would be so bad.
Okay, we could take the gamble on Kamara, or we could take the volume on Connor, who's not going to get cut, or this is a kind of like another tight end cliff for us.
Connor or Jacoby Myers is my input. You can do what you will. I like those two.
Okay, fine.
Because like, I don't know what the cap space is like in Buffalo, but Jacoby Myers to the Bills would be kind of fun. That would be kind of
I like that. That's okay. We're going 2 layers deep on this narrative. Yeah. We're building out a Buffalo stack with Jacoby Myers. That's fucking next level. That's next level.
You heard it here first.
Respect that.
That's what the people came here for.
Yeah. That is the insight. The other one is Evan Ingram got franchise tagged, so he is going to be staying there. So we know where he's going to be. We know how
Arnold.
how he finished the year last year. We know. I mean, it's going to be a little bit different, I guess, with
that's a lot of confidence
Calvin Ridley
to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that it's like kind of like a cheat code because it's not like long term, but you're still paying him like a top tight end when you franchise somebody. It's like a top percentage of a tight end, like of your position. So
right,
I mean, they clearly value him.
That's a good point.
I don't
but
know
then
how
also, if you franchise tag him instead of like extending him, you're only on the hook for the 1 year, so that if he doesn't run it back because he's not as proven as some of these other commodities that you would want to sign long term.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely more like a longevity thing. Yeah. Why it's such a weird,
very interesting
role. Such a weird.
It is such a, oh my God. I could go on for days about how broken the NFL is, but here we are.
No
Here we are in March, still drafting fictitious teams of players upon players of,
because NFL's got a stranglehold on all of us.
Yeah, damn straight, man. I mean, they're just media mogul.
I like this range of running backs, I will say. And I'm kind of looking forward to see where David Montgomery goes. I know that that's like a sin to say as like a channel adjacent of the Deposit Kingdom, but David Montgomery, depending on where he goes, could be interesting.
Yeah, that's entirely
just like
fair.
If he like, let's just say, for instance, he goes to a team like the Eagles and they keep the rest of their running back room. Like he basically becomes like a Miles Sanders replacement and is now like he's getting those short yardage touchdowns if it's not Jalen Hurts, of course, playing rugby. But
okay,
get him in a great spot, and I think that he becomes intriguing.
Let's play the hypothetical game then, because he's UFA, right? Like 100%.
I believe so.
Yeah. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. That was 4 years on the rookie deal. It's 2023. That's UFA. Yeah. He hypothetically goes to the Eagles, which would, I don't know if that's optimal landing spot, but it's pretty damn near close. What round are we taking David Montgomery in drafts? Are we doing the Miles Sanders from last year, 3rd, 4th round, like corner, or what do you think?
I think he goes like 8-9 turn.
Okay. I mean, I think I would have a lot of him if he went 8-9 turn.
Maybe. That's just like my guess here.
I kind of like Darren Waller or Pat Freiermuth.
I think Waller.
Okay.
But Freiermuth, of course, I'm a Steelers fan. Freiermuth is fun, but I think the Raiders seem committed to bringing in a quarterback, like a competent quarterback, since they've got Devontae Adams there too. Like it would be kind of silly to waste that. So whether that's trading up, which like I don't think that they're expected to do, or just bring somehow maybe landing Rodgers, but I don't know. I think they bring somebody in.
Give Geno big money.
Oh man. Wow. Could you imagine? The word is that he's going back to Seattle.
Yeah, Seahawks don't want to tag him, and then they're like, "Yo, go test the open market, and then maybe we'll consider matching what anybody else gives you." And then boom,
He's a
Geno's
Raider.
not.
Raider.
Is Geno restricted?
No.
So.
How? No, there's no way Geno Smith can be on a restricted contract or
No,
like a restricted
no.
free.
No. He's. Wait, hold on.
Because you said they would match it. So like if he signed a contract, he would sign
No,
a
like
contract.
not actually match it. Like
Well, see, I thought we were just talking about unrestricted and restricted free agents. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting
he's
here
a
like,
UFA for sure. It was just like the last year was just that 1 year deal with all the incentives and stuff like that.
Just using our imagination. That's all.
Yeah, it's
No,
just
I
like, hey,
get
if
that,
they
but,
if they
like,
go like, hey, we're gonna give him 8, and you're like, oh, we'll give him 12, and then
Because you
Behind
would think he would want to
doors.
stay in Seattle, I would think, and I would think that Seattle would
Mhm.
want to retain him too.
yeah, I think so too.
They got a good thing going there.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they want to run it back with the we overachieved last year. Let's see if we can overachieve again.
that's the way to do it.
I mean, like
I
don't think Geno Smith is bad. I think if we, like he just he didn't look bad the year before this, and then he came and did it for a full season of putting up like competent numbers. I mean, I don't get what the big deal is.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. That's just
one of those 4.
I would go Russ since we have Sutton, right?
That's kind of what I was thinking too. And then does this become a 2 quarterback team then?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, just shut it down.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I was leaning Russ there or Montgomery because we only had the 2 running backs, and we kind of just painted a nice little bull case of him getting a good landing spot. But the variance associated with that is considerably higher than just taking Russ as your second quarterback paired with Sutton.
Yeah, it feels that feels good to me. Because I'm not gonna be like super bullish on Russ by any means, but I do think that I don't think he's gonna be as bad as last year. I think that feels hard to do. That was a disgrace last year, and Nathaniel Hackett, I think, and just the culture around the Broncos, by the sounds of it, was just really toxic. So getting Sean Payton in there, I don't think he's gonna like turn the whole damn ship around, but I do see that being an improvement, whatever that means.
Yeah,
for
that's fair.
them there. And so now we have a pretty solid wide receiver room, right? We got 5 of them here.
Yeah, let's do if I scroll like this, can you see it better?
Yep, there we go. That's a really solid 5.
Diggs, Amari, Hopkins, Sutton, Myers. Yeah, we are trending on the wrong side of the age curve with the majority of this team. But
fade the age curve. Fade the age curve.
That feels kind of nice, no?
Yeah, I think if what I was gonna throw out there is maybe do something a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're down for crazy, and just kind of
you had me at crazy.
Stopping at like 6 wideouts. If we maybe take another one here and then just like shoot the moon and try to like hit the lottery on one of these running backs, or and like aim for these profiles of guys that can just like, well, let's call it zero.
Did you just say Deuce Vaughn? Did you just say Deuce Vaughn to me?
I think in so many words I said let's build a Deuce Vaughn team. And I also think I just mansplained zero running back.
Well, like here, if you take a bunch of yellow ones first, and then you only got one green one, maybe you should then match as many green ones to your yellow ones as you previously had.
Just hear me out.
I think we still want 7 wide receivers on this team because we're only going to have 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You think Michael Thomas plays football this year?
I think he tries.
Yeah, I think he tries.
Now, does that equate to actual games and fantasy performance? I don't think so.
I think Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara get cut.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I
wouldn't be surprised.
Walk again?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's gonna try to play, but he just so like I think at this point it's not just a coincidence, obviously.
How about a Dawson Knox stack?
Fuck yeah, that just fell in our laps.
Yeah, that feels fun.
I feel like people forget that like not only is Dawson Knox still a Buffalo Bill, but they like him enough to give him an extension last year. Like
Right.
he's there for a
Yeah.
couple years so he's in their long-term plans. And for him to be going at the 11-12 turn, that doesn't feel right to me. I have been taking a lot of Knox. I've only done like a handful of these, but
Dawson Knox has 4 years left on his deal. But the big payday kicks in the 2025 season for like 10 mil. Like that's his big boost. So the team has an out there. So he signed kind of like the team friendly 3-year deal where his base salary bumps next year, not this year. It bumped a little bit this year, but we're talking like $1 million versus like 4 million. Then it's 4 the following year. Then it's 10 the following year after that.
interesting.
With like the team cut. Man, all these contracts are just so fraudulent. Like they're just so fucking disguised that like he's never going to get this money.
Right?
Like he never gets that money.
Yeah, like well, and it's our choice when we want to pay you 10 million or not. Like that's like a one in 1,000 outcome that Dawson Knox all of a sudden is Travis Kelce. And I'm not saying that, but that's how he really has to just become somebody that he isn't to
yeah, his age 29 turning 30 season for 10.9 million. How the fuck are you gonna stay on the roster when they put the cut year? They put the cut year right there. And they already gave you 19 million guaranteed at signing. So that's kind of like your front end.
That's their investment. That definitely goes into their models for sure. All right.
I was just gonna say let's take Kareem Hunt.
I
was low-key scrolling down to I like making the Alexander Mattison bet right now. Just if Dalvin gets cut and he's kind of like the lead guy there.
It seems like Hunt is going to get a good landing spot, whether it's a good team or a team that just plans on using him. Getting out of Cleveland, I think, is fantastic for him.
My thesis on Kareem Hunt hasn't really changed much over the years. It was if Nick Chubb ever went down or he ever found his way into a lead role, he's a top 10 running back every single week. You know what I mean? Like if he gets that full workload. If he doesn't get that, he's still in that back end RB2, RB3 mixed in conversation on a given slate, right? Like that was always my thesis with Kareem Hunt. Now we're just applying that to an entire season where, hey, he could go to Kansas City, for instance, go reunite with Andy Reid, go get 12 touches a game alongside Patrick Mahomes. Where's his ADP go then, right? Like he pushes way up, right?
Yeah.
Or
definitely.
He can go, be the third running back on a fringe team and kind of just be like, well, his floor is 6 to 8 touches, probably 5 targets a week. He's a glorified third down back. He could probably still meet value with that at his current ADP. No,
I think he's going to command more value than a third string running back would.
Fair enough.
I think teams, these rookie running backs don't just come in and like produce like we think they do. Teams value like a veteran guys. They really do. And like you said, we still think Kareem Hunt has the talent. I think he's going to command like a very well paid second string running back or the lead running back somewhere. Like we'll see where that is, but I think anywhere else other than Cleveland just makes a lot of sense, where like Nick Chubb is just such an alpha and no team that has a running back such as Nick Chubb is likely to sign him. You know what I mean? To somebody that's going to siphon that much volume, a team that has a running back like that doesn't feel likely to sign Kareem Hunt, in my opinion.
Here's a fun one to double back. Raiders get a quarterback. Raiders use that money. Obviously, they have to let Jacobs walk after not picking up the 5th year. They bring in Kareem Hunt on kind of like a team-friendly, let's win now together deal. And you have this kind of like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Kareem Hunt on the Raiders.
I could see that. I could totally see that. Like, I don't I think he's going to command money. I don't think it's obviously not going to be superstar money because that's just not how the NFL works, but enough that like, yeah, I could totally see something like that with Zamir White in his second year, kind of like easing him into a big role.
Yeah.
You're muted.
And then 2 free agent running backs, it was me. 2 free agent running backs in the Dolphins in Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. Kareem just they make a trade for Mr. Crispy or do something to get him down there because they have their boys are going to be gone. So they're either going to pay them or, which I think Kareem would be better than those options.
Yeah, I like that too. That seems like a really good fit. Nez is itching to take Hunter Renfrow here.
I've been burnt. I was burnt way too hard last year. I can't do that.
Shaheed or Michael Mayer, like shut it down at tight end. Crazy ceiling.
Let's go Meyer. Let's go Meyer. Yeah. There's been a lot of talk that these tight ends are legit, and I'm kind of excited about that and willing to like bet like what if like that like what because it's fun to bet against. Like let's bet against this trend of rookie tight ends busting because we saw a little bit of like Kate Otten like break out a little bit of Dolchik, a little bit of dude from the Giants drawing a blank.
Daniel Bellinger.
Danny Bellinger.
Yeah, old Danny Bellinger. You know what I mean? Like I think we're slowly bucking that trend a little bit. And people really like these tight ends.
Did you say Kate Otten in there?
Yeah, of course. I couldn't forget your boy.
Sorry. I was
Brady triples, man, of course.
Man, I can't wait for week 1 of BR when John just goes, I got a little inkling here, little Brady doubles. It's like John, he's still retired. He just goes
slapping him in the face. Like, wake up, John, wake up.
Yeah.
Like, boys, trust me. I little birdie told me that Brady's coming back this week. It'll be like week 5. It'll be like week 5. There's gonna be like a major injury to like a 5-0 team. They don't have a quarterback. Like, boys, let's get ahead of the curve here. Brady doubles.
Oh my God. Just picture this, okay? Close your eyes. Picture.
Yeah. Picture this.
I'll paint a picture.
All right. I think we're good to just turn off the tight end button after that one.
Definitely. I
think we turn off the quarterback one as well. And then we just try and get weird and fun throughout here. Sky Morphall is interesting because his
Sky Marf, clip it.
Sky what?
Sky Marf, that was good.
Sky Marf more
like Marcus Marf.
Yeah, Marf.
Yeah, the old Freudian slip.
Evan Singletary is still a Bill, right?
I was just thinking that. Yeah, that was kind of where my mind went to. We get an easy stack. We get 4 Bills on the team. I do think James Cook is going to take like a big leap.
Oh, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent. Yeah, I was just going to say this year.
Gosh, I need to learn ball.
I thought it was next year.
It says I'm looking at 2023 UFA per Google. Yep. So maybe Sky Moore because we're like here.
Okay, fine. I mean, you can go bull case, bear case on Sky Moore where you just go like, hey, look how they used him in they used him in the Super Bowl. Look at all this fun stuff we could do with this guy. We're still buying the same profile that everybody was hyping last year, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't you hear Andy Reid? They're going to work him in more.
Right? And if they don't bring anybody else in, they're going to bring somebody else in. But if they don't bring in somebody else or they bring somebody else in via the draft, opposed to signing like a marquee free agent or something, like let's say they bring in the 3rd wide receiver off the board in the 1st round this year. How about...
Again, there's nobody that much of an alpha that's like
Quentin Johnson. Like let's say they bring in Quentin Johnson and he's like the 3rd wide receiver off the board. JSN goes above him, and Jordan Addison goes above him. Let's say they bring him in there. I mean, I think Sky Moore is still viable, right? Yeah. Like I don't think that's like a hey, this is his job now. Here we go. Like, yeah, they spent some 1st round capital on a wide receiver. That's great. He's probably more talented than Sky Moore. That's great. That doesn't mean Sky Moore isn't going to be a piece of that team going forward, right?
Yeah, it would take like another big splash as well. So either like via trade, or like free agency. Like maybe they're the ones that get Jacoby.
Yeah. MVS has a potential out at this for this year in his contract, so
even
they
if
could
he's
just
there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like even if he's there, but if Juju's gone, Juju's
so is McCole Hardman
gone, and McCole Hardman, like
like
you said, even if they bring in someone like Sky Moore, still going to be there, and he's still going to be the guy that they drafted. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I like that point.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, and I think there's obviously some FUD around him because we pushed him up so far last year. We got so excited about him. We rolled the damn clip over and over again. And then he scored 1 touchdown all year, and it happened to be in the Super Bowl that helped nobody other than the sickos in the BR, right? So, it's just interesting food for thought.
I wonder if Mecole Hardman goes back to Kansas City. I can't imagine he commands a huge contract.
Right, especially after the hip injury and then the back and forth in the tail end of last year. Like, he didn't look right.
No,
he's going to have to come back on a team-friendly deal for like a 1 year, test it out. We want you back.
Yeah, I think it's not like this would be like this is like no shit. It's very obvious. But like if he did command a big deal, everybody would be like, yeah, that's not good. Like that's not a smart contract. Like if he signed anything substantial at all, people would and nobody would like that. He hasn't really shown enough, and he has been healthy enough. So I could see him going back there, but that doesn't really like take me off Sky Moore so much. I'd like to see Sky Moore with another year. I really do think that his film had some good stuff on there. And I just think, maybe with the second year, we can see just a small step forward for a 14th round pick. That's fine.
I really wanted Samaje there. I think Samaje Perrine's ADP might be a little off too. Just in terms of like, if we're anticipating a Joe Mixon cut, and we've seen Samaje do it before, we've seen him play well in that system.
Yeah. Zach Evans.
Tell me about Zach Evans. I don't know much about Zach Evans.
He's from Ole Miss, 6 foot 215. That's all I got.
Perfect.
Let me give you some more stats here.
Okay. Sold to the guy in the Underdog shirt.
He's 6 foot what? Yes, give it to me.
6-0. He was a Horned Frog, and then he transferred to Ole Miss, so that's kind of interesting. I'm looking at Dynasty Nerds. What are they saying about him?
Yeah, doesn't Joe Mixon have isn't there a club? Am I right? Where the club has an like it's a team option with him for this year, or no? Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I'm seeing in Spot Track at least. So I don't know.
Brad doing some real nice reporting for us here that Joe Mixon's release as a cap casualty is closer to certainty than a mere possibility.
Wow.
Yeah, that. I mean, well, we said this. We've been saying this for a bit now, especially after the off-field.
You've been.
That sounds very concrete, though. The way what he's saying, wherever that's coming from. Yeah, that sounds good.
Jay Morrison of The Athletic.
Yeah.
Blake brings up a good one though, that my P Ryan narrative didn't really matter as much as I thought because P Ryan is a UFA. So, yeah.
Chris Evans.
Well, that's why we got Kareem Hunt. There we go. We're filling the Mixon void
from one Ohio team to another. Kareem Hunt,
Roschon Johnson, our guy.
Okay.
Bijan.
Yeah, Diet Bijan, the actual best running back on the Texas Longhorns last year.
That's what I mean.
Getting ahead of the curve.
The damn mood.
We're gonna make some hype video, some clip of him and like some bold ass take that puts us on like the market. Like, we're viral clip guys now, like we're playing this rat race of the YouTube game now. We've committed. I bought a new camera. Like we got the hype video. We got the reel out there now. Like if we're really truly in this, we create some content that says Roschon Johnson greater than Bijan Robinson. Here's why. And we put that out there. That clip would get 1 million views as a short. 1 million views guaranteed. We put that out in the universe when everybody's just Bijan this, Bijan that, first running back off the board. He's going in the first round, and we come out here and we just go counterpoint. How about his backup?
And I bet we would get so many nice comments on that video too. I bet people would take so well to that.
Yeah, it would be nothing but positive feedback and people just loving it. It would just
people dug all over us. Nobody knows it's satirical other than us, and then we just go with it.
Hey,
why not us?
That's the bit.
Why not
That's
us?
the bit.
Do it for the content.
Yeah.
Oh my
You want
gosh.
to create good content? Let's start making shit like that.
It's gonna be 6:00. I'm just getting my final NBA like lineups and everything ready, and John's gonna come in boys, and he's just gonna send a clip that he just spent the last 5 hours because the only thing he can do is just sit in an awkward position, and he's just getting it done. Oh man.
I do think if Roshan gets like a landing spot that's in the slightest bit intriguing, he's gonna go Zoom though.
Yeah, you think so? You think he's like that good of a talent?
I think he's a pretty good talent, and his capital is so late that like anybody can have him if they want him, right? So if it happens to be that right team, or like there's a like maybe he's the RB2 and he just needs an injury, or maybe he might work in if his spot's good enough. I think once people see him and like realize like, oh, okay, yeah, like he was extremely efficient and he played behind the best running back in the class, that he can get a big bump just from.
Are we worried at all that he broke his hand in the Senior Bowl?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
He's not swinging a baseball bat.
Tape it up. Get out there, son.
Yeah, 100%. Just wondering. Just didn't know. I typed him in, and all of a sudden I see like broken hand.
I didn't
2023, and I'm just like, what? This man has a broken hand?
What I didn't know that, but it doesn't bother me.
I got a name for you guys. That's just one that's like deep down the radar that I was thinking about the other day. When Underdog posed one of those, ADP questions from last year, and I think I might even said it on the stream that I thought like, someone in the big boards and the rookies and sophomore last year that we were drafting was Jerome Ford, Cincinnati running back on that good Cincinnati team that had Sauce Gardner. And then now all of a sudden he's just kind of an afterthought. He's the only other running back on the Browns roster who's not a free agent right now. We liked him last year in the rookies and sophomore stuff. Didn't get a ton of draft capital, just kind of a name, but just someone that I was thinking about like way kind of down the rankings.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout.
I don't know if it's a good shout. I'm just throwing out names.
No, I mean, everything you said is true, and it's intriguing. So if you want to, I like.
Can we take our boy?
Oh wow, we are way down here.
No, too far. Okay, give me.
No, go ahead. I mean, I don't care.
Terrence Marshall.
I do like Terrace Marshall, but I think at this point ADP is like, what do we say? An artificial construct created by people.
By nobody you smarter than you and I.
Yeah. So that's what kind of makes me think about Izzy
Abanikanda. Is Abanikanda? That is the funniest name to say of all time.
Izzy Abanikanda. There he is.
Wait, Wakanda forever?
What? There you go.
Izzy. But it's like spelt like Israel. Like
it's it's not pronounced Izzy. That's his nickname.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, you're not
Big Deuce, baby.
Yeah, Deuce is coming.
I loved when we were talking about all those stats about Deuce, and then someone just goes, "Yes, but were any of those guys 5'6", like 185?" And I was like, "Good point. No, they weren't, but he's still Deuce Vaughn."
That's his appeal, baby.
Yeah,
man, we are just throwing some absolute darts right now at back end running backs.
Oh, it feels great, dude.
Mm-hmm. It does. I mean, I think. Okay, you want to plug to draft baseball with us? You want to plug to draft baseball with us? The guys we're taking in these 18, 19, and 20th rounds are still hitting 4th, 5th, and 6th on really good ball teams. We're talking about hypotheticals about like Deuce Vaughn. We've seen this guy We've seen like one tweet about him and we're like, that's our fucking guy. Like, that's our guy. Like, it's pretty insane. Like when you juxtapose those baseball drafts versus these drafts, we taking Izzy this time? We're taking Izzy this time.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get ahead. We got to get ahead of the Izzy shelf.
We do. He's a pit product. That's all they do is just pump out like solid running backs and I mean,
James Conner,
LaShawn McCoy.
That's going back.
They just produce good NFL players. Period. I mean,
that's fair.
Aaron Donald. Anybody? I mean,
yeah, never heard of him.
It's crazy. Like their football teams never do anything, but they put out product. They do that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
It's like his name's. It says Israel.
It looks like it should be Israel. Oh, get this. Dan Marino in the good old days.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stories about Dan Marino back at Pitt.
Yeah, I believe it.
And kind of crossover with his Miami days. And we're just not going to acknowledge CEH, right?
I mean,
I don't even think the Chiefs acknowledge CEH, so why would we?
The best thing I can say about CEH is he's still going to be on the team.
Yeah.
You know?
He'll have a jersey.
Like, that's the best thing I can say about CEH, which is more than I could say about the people at the back ends of these drafts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least I know CEH is going to have a jersey. He's going to be there, and they're going to have those other like 1-year contract guys gone, and we're not sure Jerick McKinnon's going to come back. I think they'll make a play for Jerick McKinnon to come back the way they utilized him, late in the year. But yeah.
These names, man.
Yeah. It's funny. There's two schools of people, right? They gravitate to the crazy unknown names in this range, or they click on the safe ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost always the sickos like us taking the unknowns, the mystery box.
Yeah,
that could be anything. It could even be Corey Davis.
Dude, Allen Robinson in the 17th round feels really good.
It kind of does. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. 17.
That feels really good. That feels like a good pick. Devin Duvernay stretching the field. Zonovan Knight all the way down here. Michael Hasty showed a little something last year. Chase Edmonds won't have a job.
My boy Isaiah Spiller.
Isaiah Spiller, second year breakout behind LaShawn McCoy, or beside LaShawn McCoy. I'm losing my damn mind. Behind Austin Eckler. How about
there's no way Isaiah Spiller's bad, right? There's no way he's bad.
I don't know. We were talking about it last year, and we were kind of up on him. I was up on him as well. I don't know.
There's no way he's bad.
He was really good. Texas A&M, right? Like he was really good. And a lot of people had him as the number 1 running back in the class last year, right? A lot of smart people.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that there was a chance he could go over Breece Hall. I mean, it was probably neck and neck for most, but or at least like in the community, I think there were some strong opinions about Breece Hall. Don't get me wrong, but I was an Isaiah Spiller truther, and he embarrassed me. He made me look silly. Like you just watch his film, like.
Is this going to be 8 wide receiver or 8 running back?
8 running back.
Yeah, just given the profiles of these crazy names we're drafting right now.
And I low-key think that like with this range here, like the ceiling on these like unknown running backs are higher.
Deuce, are you kidding me?
You scared the hell out of me.
Deuce, man. That's our guy.
Like, I don't know, dude. Williams? I heard people like Nathaniel Dell, but I know we just said 8 running backs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think 8 running backs is the with these profiles.
I will say Nathaniel Dell's nickname is Tank.
Oh God, here he goes. John's taking him. John's thrusting. Jesus Christ!
Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get it.
Slowest fingers in the West.
We missed out on Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. That sounds. Tank Dell sounds like a slogan that compact computers should have come up with in the 90s.
That's like a Wall Street Bets hashtag.
Sir, I was born in the mid-90s.
We know.
I was 5. I was 5 in 2001.
Oh God. Oh my God.
You've so much to learn, young man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh man, actually, I think Chase Claypool was like not that bad a 30-second pick there. He had like one nice year.
I don't
and then
think
he's
he
been
was
traded
32nd.
around. No?
He was traded for a 32nd overall pick.
Oh,
I think I'm pretty sure is what he meant.
It is because because who has the pick taken away this
the
year?
Bears.
No, I thought someone in the NFL got their first round pick taken away.
Oh, like that. I'm not sure.
I thought that's what you were telling me because I was like, the Bears technically have, they got the Bears.
That is the Bears pick, right? So
yeah,
I don't
32nd, which technically would be 33rd if there was not a pick taken away, right? Because if it's the first pick in the second round, 32.
You're right. I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, someone help us. Who the
Dolphins.
first pick is taken away?
Dolphins.
Right.
Dolphins.
Yeah, there you go.
Dolphins.
Brady. The Brady.
Yeah.
Dude, he was involved, and people just didn't care that he was involved in that. It's Tom Brady.
All right. Appreciate everybody being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow on the way out the door. If you're not subscribed to the other Underdog channel, please do so. That's where we will be hanging out Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got a new promo code, MLB, 3 short letters. Just go ahead and use that one if you're not playing on the platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy. There, the black, yellow, and white dog app that we love to click on. Anything to add, gentlemen?
No, have a good weekend, everybody. Big hoop slate, and we'll see you here on Monday.
Yeah, best of luck to everybody tonight in the hoop streets. Keep an eye on those trades in the puck streets if you're playing there. A lot can change between now and 3 p.m. Eastern, and trades trickle in till about 4 p.m. Eastern after, because you'll get a big dump at the end. Appreciate all the nice comments in the chat. I mean, Fridays are weird for us now. Fridays are Fridays for other people, but Fridays we had like 4 or 5 competing shows all at the same time slot, and we still have a bunch of our sickos, a bunch of our regulars being here. So love that so much. Appreciate you guys so much. We still got 35 hanging out to the bitter end. So that's great, man. It's just such great affirmation for us and makes us want to keep coming back. So love it so much. Appreciate you all. Anything to add, gentlemen?
Getting too sentimental. I'm going to start crying. Dog.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are soft as hell. Rub some dirt on it. Nez.
Everybody's
favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.